All right, we are in week 2, so if you expand that one down, and we are on to calculate sales totals in the spreadsheet software -7. So if you click that one open, it'll download and open it. All right, so to start, we are going to figure out the sales tax here. Now, first, we are going to open this link to just look at sales tax. And you'll go through this with your instructor if you go down farther, viewing the amount of sales tax in our state in different counties. And we'll pause the video to do that. After that, we are going to you can see what things are exemptions that are there as well, and you'll go through that. But after you've done that, we are going to compute this. So we're going to figure out how much sales tax is going to be on this much money spent. So first, we are going to create a formula. So we need to press the equal sign to start our formula. We're going to create it ourselves. So we are going to take the sales amount, the sales number, and of course we have to calculate the sales tax that will be on that. And we are going to do it as if we are in Chippewa or Clark County. So we're at 5.5%, so we're going to multiply, get our asterisk in, and we'll put in for this spreadsheet 5.5%. A lot of times people will forget the percent. It'll throw off their number. If you want to use a decimal, you can calculate it yourself to be 0.055. Either one will be fine. I'm going to stay with 5.5%. I'm going to hit enter. And there's $16.50 in sales tax here. And we can fill this down because it will take the cell times 5.5% that it needs. And so we've figured it out for all of them. And now the total, or how much you're going to have to charge someone, you're not going to pay the sales tax for them most likely. And so when you buy something from the store and it's more than what the sticker says, this is why. We are going to create a formula, equal sign, D8 plus our sales tax. Going to hit enter and fill this down so we know how much is the overall total for all of them. And we figured it out. From here, totals average, highest, lowest. You'll figure out if you can guess what highest, what function or formula you'll use. It is the max function. The lowest will be your min. And we've done that many times before now, adding to it. And this is the first time that we are going to create a graph. And so the directions down here, create a column graph from the sales totals, and we're going to put it in this area. So to do that, we want the sales totals, so that will be these numbers here. To do that, we want to label what amount it is with it. If we just took this, we wouldn't really know, and if we graph this data here, we wouldn't know what we're talking about. So we are going to highlight this section, and to select something that is not corresponding or right next to, so we want this label and these numbers, and if we just highlight them, we're going to get all these extra numbers that'll throw it off. So what we can do is highlight these, hold control, which will allow you to select non-consecutive items, holding control now, and we select our other numbers. And it does have to be done in that order. You do not hold control while you're selecting this column. You now hold control, select these. You can't have any extras selected. It's very picky about this. Once we have that, we can go up to insert. We are going to insert a graph. We want the column graph, and 3D looks a little bit nicer than 2D, so we'll go with that. We'll just take this first one, and we have our graph. And you can see it makes sense. They show the amounts. And for this one, because we're only graphing one data set, we could just click on this series and hit delete. And so we are zoomed in farther, and now we're going to do some things to this graph. Give the entire chart a title, and so for that we can, there's many different ways to do a lot of these things, but if we go with, look through here, I don't really have everything memorized, so we could go with the layout, chart title. Let's say we do it above the chart. We are graphing the sales total, so we could put that. So we have part 1 done. 2, add a gradient color to the background of the chart, so a gradient color. So to do that, we need to find or click into the background area, and so around in here, if we right click, we could go format chart area, and here's the gradient, which is different from your solid fill, and so we go to gradient and we can adjust this now with the colors that you want the gradient to be, and there's a lot of different things you can do here. Just play around with it and see all the different things that it can do. And I'll close this one. So I set a color gradient to the background. Next, add a gradient color to the work area. That is the direct charting area where the numbers are onto. So if we right click in here, format walls, make sure you do not right click on any of these of the lines, and they'll ask you for the axis. And so from there you can probably imagine what adjustments you can make there. But for here, in between those lines, format walls, go with the gradient fill, make it a different color so that you have contrast and it makes it sort of pop. So we have those two. Insert a related image into the spreadsheet here, and you can use Google Images for that. We've done that for our collage and other things, and you can just paste it in here. Could be related to sales totals, any of these items, money, whatever it is. Just being able to, and you should know, or we want you to learn, that you can put images into spreadsheets. It doesn't have to be just numbers. And from there, we've got all of our steps down. Remember, you'll do this on your own, and that is our assignment.